Okay, so I have finished that monochromatic one. I'm going to go in and go File, Save As. Remember, you're saving to, you're clicking on this PC, like there, and you're going to your student account under this PC, which won't come up as an X as mine. I'm at home, so it's not coming up. It's just, you're going to save right here, and you're going to also make sure that it's a JPEG, but this time, we're going to go over top of that original one, and we're going to go to our next color scheme. So an easy next color scheme would be the complementary or complement to the red. So I'm going to hit save, and I've already moved it up to maximum. So it looks like it's the monochromatic, but you can discount, double check yourself, and you can see that the name up here is already named complement. So now I can go in, and I just did a switch there, if you saw, and then I can choose the green that I want, and I want to try to stay kind of middle in the road green. And that's going to go in more towards like a yellow green. So I'm going to my green there. And I've got my red there because I don't want to keep all of my reds the same as the monochromatic, because when we put these together as one composition, we don't want everything to look the same. But you can see I can go ahead and start popping in some of those different greens, and I'm using the same one and going around, and I can also, whichever is easiest for you, come in, pop some there. I can even go in with, some shadows of green. Remember, you can zoom in. So all of those little clicks that you did the first time, you're not going to have as many that you have to do. Maybe I want to take that brow and go there, and maybe in the eye, I want to come in and do a little bit of green in the eye. So you're not going to have as many as you had before. I'm going to swap back to my red and kind of change this one to more intense red. Control 0 fit on screen. But you don't want some things to be exactly the same, because if we're lining them up, you're not going to want necessarily that hair to be the same. So maybe I'll swap out that hair value to that green. Remember, there's 2 different ways you can do that. That might be a little too much with the hair. So, maybe I'd want to go back to a darker value in the hair. So I have several other quick clicks to do here, but remember that save early, save often, plus my dog is wanting to go outside, so I need to stop. You want to make sure that you save. It's going to ask you, do you want to replace it? And then you're just checking that name before you hit yes to replace that. This is my complement. I do want to replace that original, because remember that original looked like the mono. So I'm going to hit yes. And then if I needed to make some more changes, I could make some more changes. But that's basically the next one. When I'm going back to start again, I'm going to go back to that original. And that original was under my pictures. I'm going to go monochromatic, and then I'm going to go open. And I'm going to do a file save as immediately, because I don't want to do anything on that mono. I want that to stay a mono. So this one can actually be triad. Whoops. And then I hit save. Default is the minimum, but I want the maximum, and hit OK. And then I can start picking my triad. So for red, triad is going to be blue, and I'm going to swap out and get that primary yellow. So red, yellow, blue. And then I can start popping in some of those colors, switching out. Some red. Red, yellow, and blue. Okay, now obviously I have more, but I am going to go ahead and do a save as, just to make sure that's a triad. Yes, that's a triad. Yes, it already exists, because remember that was the mono at first. Now it's the triad. Hit yes. And then you can come in and continue to pop in your colors. So that's how you switch from that monochromatic first one to going into your different color schemes.